All right. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Just a guy on my lunch break is back, aka Corey. I appreciate you joining me once again. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving, a very relaxing Thanksgiving. Hope you got to spend it with your families. Hope you got to eat a ton of wonderful food. Hope you got to relax. Hope you got to challenge yourself. Play hard, work hard, all of that mixed into one short holiday. I hope you guys got to do all of those things because all of those things are important. As we would talk about, playing hard is very important. Working hard, just as important. In some people's minds, more important, to be honest. And I may just be one of those people. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that in this video. If you've watched a couple of my videos, and if you've not yet, if you would please subscribe to the channel. That is simply your payment. It's the candy jar at the cash register that says, take a piece of candy under the honor system. No one's really looking, but please put a quarter in it. If you choose to not do that, then you're just that guy or gal that sneaks the candy, and then when no one's looking, sticks it in your pocket and walks out of the store, right? You can watch my unlimited array of content for free forever. That's the deal. That's the spit in the handshake. And all you have to do for that is just to subscribe. Now, you can watch it and not subscribe. You could do that. You could also be that person that takes the candy from the candy jar and doesn't drop a quarter in for the starving children. Just saying. I know it's quite different. Definitely not to diminish the importance of giving your money for sick and starving children. Anytime I'm in the store and they ask me to round up or donate $1 to starving children or St. Jude's or whatever it is, I always do it every time like clockwork. Not to pat myself on the back, but I believe that is an important part of life. To pass the blessings that you have, pay it forward. Pay those blessings forward. I feel like that's very important. I feel like if everyone had the mindset to do that, this world, by and large, would just be a much better, happier place, right? So anyway, enough about that. My Thanksgiving was good. I was off of work for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The only downside to that is it always makes Mondays just a little bit harder, just a little bit more challenging, at least from my perspective, because you've had those several days to just kind of come and go as you please, not really having to answer to anyone, get to spend time with your family, get to go to point A to point B from this part of the day to that part of the day to that part of the day, and there's no one there to dictate how your schedule runs except you, right? Then of course on Monday morning it's back to the reality of, well, I have to earn money and provide for my family, so I have to go to this place. Now I have to do a bunch of things that other people expect me to do. Getting paid to do those things, so don't get me wrong, I'm appreciative, and I don't mean to sound unappreciative, because I absolutely am. I'm appreciative to even have a job. There are people out there that do not. So while I am thankful, I'm the first to admit that going to work and doing a bunch of things that other people are asking, sometimes demanding of me to do, is not nearly as fun as being at home with my family and just hanging out with them and just being able to do what I want to do. So I think most everyone feels that way. I'm pretty sure I can ask anybody out of my 544 subscribers now. I'm sure if I could ask any of you that question, say, what would you rather do? Would you rather be at home either by yourself or with your family and be able to do whatever it is you want to do all day, or would you rather go to work and be required and demanded of to do certain things that you don't necessarily love doing. In some cases, maybe you do love doing it. I think 90% of the people probably don't necessarily love doing their jobs. Now, as far as jobs go, and I can sit and compare my job now, compare it to other jobs that I've had in the past. As far as jobs go, it's probably one of my favorite ones I've had. But I'm one of those people where, I'm not part of that small 4 to 5% of the population that actually, how they say, find something that you love to do and then learn how to make money at it and you'll never work a day in your life. Well, I think it's a very small percentage of people who are fortunate enough to be able to do that as a means for making money and providing for their families or for themselves. And I think it's a small percentage of people that are actually able to do that as a career. Okay. Unfortunately, I'm not one of those people. Would like to be able to say I was one of those people. Maybe one day I am. I'm always keeping the dream alive. I'm always working. I'm always one of those people who my mind is always cycling. How can I do this? How can I do that? How can I begin to edge myself towards a situation where I can spend less time at work and more time at home with my family, whether that be through investments, through passive income sort of situations like real estate, stuff like I'm looking at all those things. But it's one of those things where you have to be ready mentally, but you also have to be ready financially to do those certain things. There's a saying that goes, takes money to make money. Well, that's absolutely true. Unless you're just willing to take out a loan for everything. But even that, you got to have good credit for it. So anyway, this is not a financial channel. This is not a career-based channel. So I'm going to leave that stuff behind and just say my Thanksgiving was really good. I did eat some food. Well, of course I ate some food. I eat food every day. But one of the biggest things people talk about with Thanksgiving is, I probably put on 20 pounds, I ate this, that, and the other, then the leftovers, and, packing in the calories. That's not really my thing. And I'm one of those people that you'll learn about me after listening to some of my videos and just listening to the way I talk about things, the way I talk about life. I feel like you have to be a fighter in life, in the sense that also being a person who has struggled with substance abuse for a large portion of my life. I think that has caused me to be one of those people that I put myself into the fire a lot, and I make myself uncomfortable a lot. And that's one of the reasons that, I do these exercise videos all the time to show me, working out, breaking a sweat, challenging myself physically and stuff like that. I do that because I feel like in life, if you are to overcome challenges that life itself throws at you on a regular basis, you have to be a person that's ready for said challenges, right? Well, how do you make yourself ready? Much like a fighter would become ready to, if somebody tells you, hey, you got to, get in the ring with this other guy who's been trained to murder you with his hands and feet, you got to get in the ring with this guy in 12 weeks and fight 5 rounds. Well, what are you going to do to prepare yourself for that challenge, right? You're going to train. So likewise, what are you going to do in life to prepare yourself for the imminent challenges that are coming, not the ones that could be coming? Because just as well as I do that life is filled with and fraught with challenges. Some of them deserved, some of them not deserved, some of them you bring them on yourself, some of them you're just an innocent bystander that just gets mollywopped upside the head with some sort of problem or challenge that besets you. It could be either or. Nobody said life would ever be easy. Even, for people who are Christians and who are very religious people. And in many cases, it said that life as a Christian or a very religious person is even harder, because the evil powers that be are trying to knock you off of your path. Well, guess what? They have to try harder to knock you off of your path when you are doing good things, when you are heading in the right direction. The evil powers that be are like, wait, whoa now. This guy seems to be doing good. If we don't get up here and, throw an obstacle in his way or throw some kind of roadblock in his way, this guy's going to get where God wants him to be. You can't have that. If you're already out there fucking off every day and doing everything possible that you're not supposed to be doing, everything possible to keep yourself suppressed and to keep yourself from being the best version of who you can be as a person. If you're already doing all of these negative things, then evil, the power that be, the internal voice that tells you to fulfill your every whim, even if it's not good for you, all of those things just kind of sit back and like, damn, he's got this. I don't have to throw any roadblocks in this guy. I don't have to throw any obstacles in this guy's way. He's fucking up his own life just fine. He doesn't need me, right? But it's when you start to, and I know you've noticed this, it's when you start to get on the straight and narrow and start to do positive things and start to turn your situation around, that is when you start being met with more trials, more tribulations, more challenges, as it were, in life. And I'm one of those people that feel like you have to constantly train for life, okay? And listen, when you see me doing these physical pursuits and these physical challenges, it's not all about the physicality of it. Because the truth of the matter is, your body physically could do quite a lot. If I were to take you, if you're a person who is not an in-shape person at all, if I were to take you out right now, throw a 12-pound weighted vest on you and some ankle weights and ask you to follow me around and jog 4 miles on hills, it would be your mind that forced your body to throw in the towel before it would be your body just completely giving up and falling out on the pavement. It would. Your mind would be your detriment first. It would be your mind that caused you to fail before your body actually gave out. So when you see me doing these physical pursuits, be careful not to think that that's all physical. That's all physical. Because actually, it's way less physical and much more mental and emotional. And there's a mental and an emotional charge. There's a mental and an emotional confidence, an air of confidence that I get from those physical pursuits, right? Because when it gets hard and my mind is telling my body to quit, it's your mind that you have to get in check and say, no, I got this. Shut the hell up, mind. Shut your pie hole. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep driving through this. I'm going to keep pushing through this. But then once you do that, and once you achieve that, and once you are able to ignore your mind trying to force your body to quit, once you're able to ignore that and then meet the challenge, there is a sense of accomplishment, a lightheartedness. There is a weight that gets lifted off of you, okay? So I'm one of those people that, what am I training for? I put all these videos up, me doing this, me doing that, am I doing it to brag? Is it to brag? Is this about vanity? No, I'm training. Corey, what are you training for, bro? What are you training for? You're just a 47-year-old guy, man. I think I look pretty good for 47. I think I'm doing pretty good for 47. But what is it you're training for? You're not a professional athlete or something. I'm training for life. That's what I'm training for. I'm training for life. And that is why I'm constantly putting up those sort of videos. Because if I'm to inspire anyone, I think a lot of people make the mistake of looking at that stuff and they think I'm just, I'm bragging because I'm in shape, or I'm the man, I'm bigger, I'm badder, I'm faster, I can do this better, I can do that better. Nah, I'm not trying to be better than anyone else out there. I'm just trying to be the best version of me. And a person who struggled with substance abuse and things like that all of my life, I have become this type of person that constantly pushes myself in life, constantly is looking to push myself outside of the comfort zone and those areas of comfortability where I'm just sitting on my couch, eating, or whatever it is, whatever you can think of as being the most relaxing, comfortable situation possible. Think of the opposite of that. And I'm always trying to push myself to do those things. But one of the reasons I'm always trying to push myself to do those things is because I'm trying to be ready. I'm trying to be ready for that next challenge in life. And if I get to the point where, because I'm using Kratom, if I get to the point where that monkey starts getting too heavy on my shoulders again, guess what? I want to be ready. I want to be ready to grab that little motherfucker, shake the shit out of it and get it off my back. Right now I'm good. Right now, pretty happy with where I'm at. But I know with something like, a substance abuse and addiction, that can turn around. And that can be something completely different in 2 months, And, I'm one of those people that I get a lot of benefit from it. So I've decided, I don't want to put it all down. I don't want to completely put down, substances, because this is one that I really get a lot of benefit from. And as long as I keep it in that wheelhouse of, okay, the pros are outweighing the cons, and I'm able to keep up that fight, and keep up those walls and that guard that keep it from crossing over into something, okay, well, now I'm drowning. But I try to keep my body strong and my mind strong to combat those sort of challenges in my life. And I think that's really important. I do. I'm going to read a couple of comments real quick because I've got a shit ton of pictures and some videos and stuff like that from being with the family over Thanksgiving in my phone. So I know I'm not going to have as much space in my phone as I do at times. So I don't want to get to a point where it just completely cuts me off. So I'm going to get into some of these. At Fascinating Vids 420. I'm 22, I'm from New York, and I love watching your videos. They make me feel calm. That's awesome, man. Thank you very much. I get some of that, and it's interesting because, as being the person that is said about, I look at it and I'm like, wow, really? Because I live with myself 24/7. So for me, when I talk, it's just like, it's just me, But I can see that because there are absolutely, certain personalities and stuff like that, certain people that I subscribe to or that I follow on YouTube, specifically like MMA, people who talk about that sort of thing is something that I'm interested in. And there's certain people that I absolutely just find myself enjoying just listening to them, just listening to their voice. Sometimes it doesn't even really matter much what they're saying. I just enjoy the sound of their voice. It makes me relax. It kind of gives me like a sort of calm about me. And so, yeah, I believe that's a real thing. And hey, man, if I can be that person for you, I have been told before that I've got a good voice, a nice speaking voice. I was told, tons of times when I was younger, you should go in like radio broadcasting or television broadcasting. You have a good voice for that. I was told stuff like that a lot. So it could be that, hell, you just like listening to me. It's all good. It's all good. Whatever works, man. But I definitely appreciate that. At Jonas Ray says, I love this video. Not only is it funny as hell, he was talking about my crazy morning from hell that I had. I did a video a couple of days ago that when I literally had a morning from hell. He said, not only is it funny as hell, but it's a unique upload and entertaining. And for the few that care about you genuinely on here, it gives a friendly insight into what's going on, kind of like a phone call would. You have a way of taking mundane, normal things and making them a whole entertaining story. It's great. You have such a good energy. You can tell that you're really living your life and not just experiencing it. Wish you the best, brother. Jonas, you already know, man, you're my dude. Jonas has become a friend of mine. We've actually talked a little bit outside of the channel. He's a younger man. I'm old enough to be this guy's dad, but I love his energy as well. And Jonas, you know, keep doing your thing, man. I know you've gone through some challenges since I've known you, but you know what? That's part of life. That's part of what growing up and becoming a man is about, you know. And it's much less about what happens to you and way more about how you react to those challenges, right? And I think the way I've seen you react is quite amazing. So I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that about you. The All-Seeing Guy, I love that name, by the way. That was a hilarious story. I'm not sure why your video was recommended to me, but after hearing that story and your mention of having experience with Kratom, I just subbed. I've only taken Kratom a handful of times so far, and I'm trying to learn my perfect dose. First time I took it, it felt great. The second time I got nauseous and vomited, and the subsequent doses gave me no perceptible effects. I'd probably experiment with it more if I wasn't afraid of vomiting, LOL. Hey man, you know, thank you for the comment, by the way, and it depends on the person. It really, really does. It depends on the person. And I've discussed this before. My wife is a person who, she likes Kratom, she likes the effects of Kratom, but she's not a person who takes it all the time. If she does, it'll be just once a day, like in the morning, to kind of have with her coffee and get a little energy boost, and then she won't really take it again the rest of the day. But she is absolutely one of those people that she has become nauseous over it before, to the point of actually throwing up. It only took one time of her doing that, and now she's very, very cautious with it. Listen, that's a blessing, okay? There are times where I absolutely wish that shit would make me sick. I'm one of those people that I can swallow as much as I want of it, and I just kind of have a cast iron stomach. It just does not bother me. And there are times where I wish that it did bother me, okay? Maybe if it bothered me, I would, you know, tend to limit the amount I take more, and then wouldn't have develop the dependence on it and stuff like that, because nobody likes to throw up, nobody likes to be nauseous. And hey, that's something similar that's happened to me with marijuana throughout the years. Marijuana is one of those things where it tends to make me really paranoid sometimes, and over the past several years I've kind of phased out to a point where I just don't smoke it anymore. I just never do, because it seems like every time I take it, it's just too damn much. You know, and I get to a point where I'm spending the whole so-called high thinking, damn, I'm too high. Shit, I wish I hadn't have taken that. Damn, it's too much. Was that laced with something? Was that shit laced with something? You know, it's just, you know, it's just one of those things where those perceived negative effects from certain substances will absolutely cause a person to take less of it. So I will say, if you've only taken it a handful of times, you may be okay with taking it every once in a while. Obviously, just don't take too much. I will start small and just kind of work your way up until you get, you can use like potentiators like orange juice. Caffeine is a big one. Lemon juice, you know, anything like that can kind of help increase the effects of it. And what that'll do is allow you to take less of it to hopefully help out with with the nausea situation, but you'll get the maximum effects, because that caffeine or that orange juice or that whatever potentiator you're taking it with can kind of help increase the effects without necessarily increasing the amount that you're taking, because Kratom can absolutely make people get sick. But anyway, I got another one from @DownHome. I'm gonna read yours next time around, bro. It's great to hear from you. He's been one of my guys since from the beginning. He's been following me from the beginning.